All right. And we're back. Live in the Route 9 Library, Newcastle, Delaware. All right, let's get back to the program here. For our regularly scheduled program. Okay, so we've learned what the equipment does. We learned how to route it into the program. So now that we've done all that homework, now we can actually start recording. Now, one more thing about the equipment. I know I said we were going to move on, but I lied. I'm going to turn down a little bit. So as you can see, I'm talking into the mic and it's hitting this kind of sweet spot. If you look on the bottom, it kind of goes into this yellow range, a little past, even into red. Hold on. Dang it. There we go. So past -6 decibels here, it starts to cause some distortion, which it's not good for recording. So while you're setting up and you're kind of doing your mic tests to make sure you're talking loud enough or quiet enough or whichever, that gain knob can be instrumental, because if you're talking too loud, you want to turn your gain down a little bit. And see, now it's a little harder to hear me, and we're sitting in the green. But we just want to play so that your normal speaking voice or whatever you're recording is not hitting past -6 decibels, because that's going to cause distortion, which is going to make lower quality audio. And a combination of adjusting the gain versus, you want to make sure you can hear yourself. So if you have to turn the gain up, you can turn your headphone volume down. That way you can hear yourself correctly and you know what's going on. And I do want to talk a little bit about mic technique while we're here. Thankfully, we have a little pop filter here, which means that our plosives, our P's are a little buffered. So it's not making that puffing noise into the microphone as badly. I'm talking a little close to it, so it might be happening a little bit more. But the general rule of thumb for these types of microphones is you want to stay about 1/5 length away, and then maybe a little closer, maybe a little farther away. But that's kind of a happy medium. I'm also talking off to the side of the microphone so that the air coming out of my face doesn't hit the microphone as directly, also reducing those plosives, also reducing that noise. But you can talk directly into it, and it will sound a little bit more in depth, but just know you have to be careful of how much air is coming out of your face, for lack of a better term. And then and hopefully, if you combine all those things, that will get us at a nice solid anywhere between -18 to a -6 decibels. And if not, just adjust and you'll find your happy place. Thought Jess wanted to say something.
Did you need to show how to adjust the microphone itself? I know you had little buttons on there somewhere.
Oh yeah, I was showing. Oh my gosh, you're right. And I was tiny screen. So here, let's it's just two little knobs. You just want to make sure they're both at the one set to right, one set to left. But yeah, let's go again one more time just to make sure. All right, hold on. I'm just gonna do this time.
Yes.
So you see there's just these two little silver knobs. It's tough because everything's black. Everything's black.
It's crazy because it looks like it's just there's just like little decoration or something.
Yeah.
But they're actually two little knobs.
Yeah, well, they're little sliders. They're like little
Okay.
toggle switches. One of them has just a flat line. The other one has a flat line with a kind of a curve down. We want to keep it to the flat line on the one. And then on the other side, there's a 0, and then there's another one that says -6
take all the
dB.
scrolls out of that one.
Yeah, take all the scrolls out. And one has 0, the other one has a -20 decibels. And so we want to make sure that is set to 0, because if we set it to -20 decibels, it lowers the volume of the microphone, making it not quite as sensitive. And that means less fun.
Thank you. Cool.
You use those if you're not working in ideal conditions, if there's a lot of wind noise, or if there's, if you're interviewing Otis Redding and he's talking with all bass, you do the low cut so that it picks up less bass. But other than that, you're pretty much good. It's fine as is. No need to change things. All right, let's pull our screen back up here. There we go, and we're back. Route 9 Library, Adobe Audition Basics. Okay, so now we have, now we kind of understand the equipment a little bit better, hopefully. Let's get to recording. So the first thing I am going to do, so let's just do a little test recording. Let's see where we're at. So you can just click anywhere you want to start recording. And on right here, kind of in the middle, there's a little red record button. And let's just, we can say anything. We can do anything we want. This is the sound landscape that we have wanted. And as you can see, as I'm talking, it's creating little wave patterns here. So that's a good sign. That means it's working. And you can hit space to stop it. There we go. So there we go. We got our first recording. Let's see what it sounds like. Share computer sound. Boom. I think we did it. Yep. All right. Let's do it again. Try now. And let's just, we can say anything. We can do anything we want. A God among men.
Victory!
I just Googled it real quick.
Yay!
I know we weren't the only one with that problem. Okay.
No.
Back to our regularly scheduled programming. I'm so sorry about that.
That's cool though.
All right. Okay, so we have, and let's just, we can say anything. Oh, yeah, I'm so happy that works. And as you can see, as I'm talking, okay, so we have audio here. Audio is nice. To delete it, if we don't like it, we just hit the delete button and boop, it goes away.
Okay, I never did hear it. I never did hear it.
How dare you? Okay.
It might be hard to tell because it just sounds like him talking.
I did notice the difference. I heard it.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe go back and try it again, but you might have not noticed it. Hopefully that's all that happened.
Okay.
Hold on, let's do it this way. Hold on.
'Cause at first I
Testing,
thought-
testing, 1, 2, testing, 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 1, 2, testing. Let's try now. Just let me know if you can hear this. Testing, testing, 1, 2, testing, 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 1, 2, testing.
Okay.
Were you able to hear that?
Absolutely.
Perfect. Great.
Yeah, perfect. I thought the same thing. I was like, Dave, I don't hear it. But it was just you talking, so it sounded the same.
Okay, so that's how we record audio. But there's some I do want to get into. So let's try recording like an actual thing here. Now I did notice it was a little loud. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to reduce my audio a little bit. So I'm a little quieter. And let's try recording something. Like let's pull up something here. Let's do Wikipedia. Let's try this. Run DMC. Let's learn something today. Let's try this. We're going to actually try reading some script, and that way we can actually have something useful that we can use. Today we're learning about Run DMC. Run DMC was an American hip-hop group from Holland's Queens, New York, founded in 1983 by Joseph Simmons, Daryl McDaniels, and Jason Mizell. Run DMC is regarded as one of the most influential acts in the history of hip-hop culture and one of the most famous hip-hop acts of the 1980s. Let's see how that sounds. I'm excited. So that's just something to put in there. We just pulled it off the internet. Today we're learning about Run DMC. It is very loud. What do? Run DMC was an American hip-hop group from Holland's Queens, New York, founded in 1983 by Joseph Simmons, Daryl McDaniels, and Jason Mizell. It is a bit loud. So there's a few different ways that we can handle this. We can either go into, just kind of off to the left here, there's a little volume knob. We can just manually reduce it like this. And here, I'll show you. Run DMC was an American hip-hop group from Holland's Queens, New York, founded in 1983 by Joseph Simmons, Daryl McDaniels, and Jason Mizell. That way it keeps it a little quieter so that we can work with it. And that doesn't sound too bad. But I'm also noticing here, if you look at I should probably tell you what I just did. If you double click the audio file, you can enlarge it and it brings it into, it's called a waveform editor. So instead of editing multiple tracks at one time, you can just edit one at a time. And it is very useful for what we are about to do. Because we want to clean up the audio. It sounds okay, but we want it to be a little better. And if we zoom in here by just hitting Control, holding down Control, and using the scroll wheel, this is all silence. But you can hear just like the fans and stuff. And today, and just a little background noise.